Hi there. Are you having a good day today? I'm going to talk about brittleness and hair breakage. And I feel like I'm seeing this more often. I do get a lot of clients that come in and think they are having hair loss, but they are just having tons of breakage. Even a person that had a mild to moderate hair shedding, telogen effluvium, or rapid hair shedding, and didn't really notice, it can look like tons of breakage, but it actually is new hairs that are returning that came in. And I want to go over the most common things that can cause breakage and some other things that are not usually considered when a client has breakage. And you're probably like, Tabitha, I know. It's they're doing stuff at home. They're sleeping on their hair wet. They're pulling their hair back in a tight ponytail. They are using their flat iron too high. It's all of their fault. And there are some things, and especially after COVID, that we are seeing way more breakage as hairstylists because I speak to a lot of hairstylists and we are seeing way more breakage than we should be. And there are specific things that we need to take into consideration, and so I hope that you really enjoy this podcast today, or this YouTube, whichever one you're watching on. So think of the hair as, and when it starts to become brittle, as an overworked rubber band. Okay. So imagine your hair as a rubber band. It's been stretched to the limit. And over time, with all of the pulling, the twisting, the exposure of products and harsh elements, that rubber band starts to weaken and eventually it gets brittle and it snaps. And that's exactly what's happening to the hair. It becomes brittle and prone to breakage. And whether it's too much heat from styling tools, constant tugging from tight hairstyles, or chemical overload from at home color jobs or color jobs in the salon, highlights, hard water, the hair is giving you signs that it is not healthy anymore. And, it's like, it's that song comes into my head. We're not gonna take it. Okay. I promise I will never do that again. I don't turn off the podcast right now. I promise I won't sing ever again. So, first of all, we're going to talk about heat and too much heat. What are you doing to your hair at home? And we're not blaming them for anything. We're trying to figure out the problem. And are they cranking up the flat iron or curling wand to the highest setting? And we know that high heat can damage the protein structure in the hair, and this leads to breakage. A lot of blow dryers, especially not necessarily flat irons, because usually there is a temperature on them, but a lot of hair blow dryers usually kind of have a low and a high. So you want to make sure that they are not blow drying their scalp and their hair at the highest setting every single time. And sometimes if people work out, they're doing it twice a day. If they just have a high and low, we really want them to purchase a blow dryer that has a heat setting on it. If your client has fine or fine and thinning hair, their hair will dry on cool, in like 4 minutes, right? So we don't need to be doing all this excessive heat. It really is damaging the outside of the hair. How do they sleep? Are they using a silk pillowcase, or are they using a cotton pillowcase? Are they sleeping with their hair dripping wet? Are they sleeping with a CPAP machine? Now, I have seen like these sleep pap masks that really cause a tremendous amount of breakage where the straps sit, and bike helmets, and especially bike helmets like around the temple I've seen. And the friction from these can cause breakage, especially around the edges where the straps or those helmets sit. Tight rubber bands. Are they pulling their bangs back with tight rubber bands, or anything tight when they work out or when they go to sleep. And these little guys might seem harmless, but they can really put a lot of stress on the hair, causing it to snap. What are they doing at home? Are they using at home color? Have they been experiencing or experimenting with DIY color at home, especially like high peroxide developers? Because we know over processing can strip the hair of its natural moisture and weaken the hair shaft. Did they just get highlights done? While highlights can add dimension to the hair, they can also make the hair more fine and fragile, increasing that risk of breakage. Harsh products are what are they using? Are they using purple toning shampoos or other products with harsh chemicals? There's a lot of things on TikTok out there that are really not good for the hair. And so we need to look at the chemicals that they are using. And while these might tone the hair and make the hair brighter, it can also leave it brittle, sorry. And if what if their hair what if they're having hair breakage around the hairline, just around the hairline? Then we need to look about maybe what are they putting on their face? Are they using retinol creams or harsh anti-aging creams? These can all cause brittleness around the hairline, and even hairline texture changes. It's like, oh, now it's like getting super wiry, or, the hair texture is changing around the hairline. Really need to look at what they're putting on their face. And what could be happening underneath the hair follicle too. It's not just about what's going on the outside. There might be a lot going on beneath the scalp. So the hair shaft is made of a protein called keratin, and which is produced by the hair follicle. And when the hair is brittle, it's a sign that the keratin structure has been compromised. And so this can happen due to lack of moisture, essential nutrients, and those external factors. But we need to figure out if something underneath the scalp or the follicles, we want to make sure that the follicles are producing that strong, healthy hair and getting the support that they need. Hard water buildup on the scalp can also it's a very common issue and can also be a primary culprit behind high buildup like calcium and magnesium in hard water. Lime scale, you'll see like around your faucets, that white kind of chalky scale. These minerals can build up on the hair shaft and on the scalp and can lead to all sorts of nasty symptoms. These will also strip the hair of natural oils and almost more like, think of it as like crust on the scalp. And I have clients come in, and under the dermoscope, you can clearly see this yellow film of buildup on the scalp. And it's an amazing before and after picture when you get this off the scalp. So if you're doing scalp treatments, you want to take a picture before the scalp treatment and after the scalp treatment and see the difference in the color and the buildup around the hair follicles. It could also be a thyroid disorder, specifically hypo or hyperthyroidism can have significant impact on the hair texture, leading to brittleness. This hormone imbalance is enough to disrupt the hair, and it messes with how much protein the hair is the body is producing in the hair. So an imbalance of these hormones can also affect how nutrients are absorbed. Some people who have like Hashimoto's have a very hard time absorbing nutrients from their foods that they are eating. For example, an underactive thyroid can lead to lower stomach acid. And this lower stomach acid production affects the absorptions of proteins, which the hair is made of, vitamins, and minerals necessary for hair. And what is interesting is when clients come in with hair texture changes and they have a thyroid condition, you often see that the hair is brittle in patches. In the crown, on the sides of the head, you see like curlier hair or shorter patches, like the hair isn't growing, it really is quite amazing how it comes in patches. Now, it's not always in patches, but I have seen this over the years. And clients will often say, I have this patch that won't grow, or this patch by my ear is now curly and it won't grow longer than like this 3 inches. So keep an eye out for this clue. If I see a client with patches of hair texture changes, I'm asking them to go get a thyroid blood panel done and maybe some hormone testing as well. Now, some medications, specific medications, can have side effects that affect the hair's health as well, making it more prone to this brittleness and breakage. And I have just a couple examples here. Isotretinoin, which is Accutane, it's commonly used to treat severe acne. Isotretinoin can reduce the production of sebum, leading to dry and brittle hair. It literally causes the skin to not produce oil. And this is what it was made to do. This is what the medication is supposed to do. It is supposed to help people with acne, because acne comes from the overproduction of oil and bacteria. However, when the scalp stops producing oil, this causes the hair to have a hard time growing out of the follicle, because we need that coating of oil to help the hair slide out of the follicle. And when the hair follicle doesn't have that, it can really cause a lot of breakage down at the scalp. Chemotherapy drugs, of course, while these drugs are essential for treating cancer, they can also cause significant hair damage, including that brittleness, the thinning, and even hair loss. Some antidepressants, certain antidepressants, particularly the selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, these are SSRIs, have been linked to hair loss and brittleness as well. This is likely due to the change in hormone levels and that nutrient absorption again. And beta blockers, used to manage high blood pressure treatments and heart conditions. Beta blockers can sometimes cause the hair to be brittle or a shortened anagen cycle as well. So it does happen more than you think. So, what are some specific things that we can do inside the body to help with hair being brittle and breakage, and to help that hair be shinier and healthier? And just like the body needs the right nutrients to stay strong and healthy, the hair needs specific nutrients to be flexible. And here are a few foods that will help with brittle hair. We are looking at spinach. So, rich in iron, vitamin A, vitamin C, spinach helps with scalp health by promoting production of sebum. This is that natural conditioner that your hair needs to come out of the follicle better. Iron is crucial for healthier hair because it helps red blood cells carry oxygen to your hair follicle. And the Optimal Health Systems makes an amazing iron supplement that is pure spinach. And if we have low iron, it really does affect the hair. We have more shedding than normal. And with women, especially because we menstruate every month, we can be low on iron. So we really need that ferritin number to be above 50, closer to 70. So, and then we're looking at Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is packed with proteins, vitamin Bs. It helps to strengthen the hair. It helps the gut. Protein is the building block of hair. Vitamin Bs to help improve blood flow to the scalp and encourage that hair growth. Blueberries are high in antioxidants, vitamin C. Blueberries help protect the hair follicle from damage caused by free radicals. Vitamin C also helps the body produce collagen, which strengthens the hair shaft. Eggs. Eggs are a great source of biotin. Eggs can help improve the hair's elasticity. It prevents breakage. Biotin is essential for keratin production, which is critical for strong and healthy hair. You will get your biotin from the egg yolk. You eating egg whites all day long is not going to help you increase your biotin. Nuts, especially like almonds, walnuts, the omega-3 fatty acids, those proteins and vitamin E, nuts help your hair stay hydrated, and omega-3s will help nourish that hair shaft, while the vitamin E protects against that oxidative stress. So those are some great foods to tell your clients to incorporate daily. What are some other solutions for hair breakage? And as hairstylists, you should know this one, because protein isn't what we are looking for. We're not looking for, when the hair is dry and brittle, we are not looking for more protein to add onto the hair, because that can make the hair more brittle. We want moisture, and it turns things like hydrolyzed keratin is going to help build protein by adding that moisture. Look for masks or deep conditioners that contain that hydrolyzed keratin or silk proteins. Argan oil, jojoba oil are two of the best oils for this, as they mimic the natural oils produced by the scalp and help seal in moisture without weighing the hair down. And these oils can smooth the cuticle, reduce that friction and breakage caused by brushing, styling, whatever's causing that breakage in the hair. Jojoba oil is great if a person is on Accutane, they're on these medications that, of course, they're not going to stop using. Jojoba oil directly onto the scalp is a great solution. Also, the Zion oil it's so lightweight and so great to put on the scalp without feeling oily, especially for fine hair, because we don't want fine hair to look flat and be oily as well. So that one's a good one too. I'll put these in the show notes. You also want to look for ceramides for cuticle repair. Ceramides are lipids that naturally occur in the hair and the skin, and it helps to maintain the hair's moisture balance, the strength of the cuticle. And when the cuticle is damaged or lifted, that's when it becomes even more prone to breakage. So ceramides act as a sealant, closing the cuticle and locking in moisture and restoring that protective barrier. Ceramide 1, 2, and 3, these are the most common types that are used in hair care products as well. Amino acids for elasticity. Amino acids are the building blocks of protein, and when this is applied to the hair, they really help improve the hair elasticity. Amino acids we're looking for, like arginine or lysine. These can increase the flexibility of the hair and allowing that hair to kind of stretch without snapping. They also help fill in like the weak spots in the hair structure. And so we are wanting to help that hair structure from the inside out. A lot of hair products, professional products are putting hyaluronic acid now in their conditioners and in some shampoos. And that is a great way to help hydrate the hair as well. Now, if you're wondering why I'm talking so much about masks and oils, it's because they penetrate deeper and we leave them on longer. So if you were to wash your face and then put on your moisturizer and then wipe it all off, would you see improvement in your skin? No, you really wouldn't. You want to keep these masks and these treatments and these oil treatments on for as long as you can so they can do their job. And that's why doing conditioning treatments in the salon with like a micro mist machine can really help open up the cuticle, bring all of those really good ingredients into the hair to help repair and to restore the hair. So I hope this talk was helpful for you. I hope that you learned something today. Let me know if you learned anything. Let me know if you have any other suggestions on podcasts or talks that you want me to talk about. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day.